Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, this is the Tālibs notebook, Echoes of Knowledge. And before anybody gets worked up about the name, the Talib is Arabic for student or seeker. And, what we all really are in life is lifelong seekers, especially if we're following what the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us. And we're seeking knowledge from cradle to grave, right? But here's the thing. I've been studying, for the last couple of months with a sheikh, and you guys know I've been putting out a lot of content with Sheikh Khalid Herrington, and the level of learning and experiencing my Islam has went like through the roof exponentially. There's so many things that's happened within the last few months that there's no way I could go back in time and remember it all right now and come back and tell you guys. Maybe it'll come to me, here and there, and I'll be able to remember to make a video log of it. But, the truth of the matter is, we're hit with so many distractions. And this is something that I've really been learning recently, and Sheikh and I were talking about yesterday. There's so many distractions in our lives, and we're looking at this world, and we're paying these systems to basically poison us. We're paying these systems to poison us. They own the media, they own the movies, they own the music industry, they own the drugs and alcohol industry, they own the gambling industry, they own the social media apps, the dating apps, the marriage apps, the pornography apps. Everything is owned by them, right? And it's all to seek it's all put out there for us to seek distractions, so that we're not really bettering ourselves on a spiritual level. Because if we can stay distracted, then we're just going to keep putting money into the system. The more money we can put into the system, the richer they get, the more powerful they get, and so on and so forth. Wash, rinse, and repeat. And in our pursuit of distraction, our real lives are suffering. Like, we're not even experiencing quote unquote real life anymore. What we're actually experiencing now is a shell of what real life should be. We're going through the motions of real life. We probably wake up and we make our coffee and we go to work and so on and so forth. But the majority of our time is spent seeking distraction because we don't want to be comfortable, right? We don't want anything to be uncomfortable. So we pay these people. We pay for the Netflix subscriptions, and we pay for the alcohol, and we pay for the cigarettes, and we pay for the pornography, and we pay for all these things to poison us, and it's stupid. Like, what are we really doing? What the hell are we really doing? It's like somebody's giving us doses of poison every single day, and we're paying them for it, and we're thanking them with a smile on our face. Like, we're so grateful for it. And not only are we grateful for it, but now it's like we're totally dependent upon it. Because anything that comes along that starts to challenge that, people get people get worked up about it. They're like, whoa, 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 whoa. What do you mean? Yeah, we know what's going on, and yeah, we're gonna talk about it with each other, and we might even make some memes about it, how we're just sheep and being controlled and yada yada yada. But the truth of the matter is we're not really prepared to give up anything because we want to be comfortable. We don't want to be inconvenienced. Everything is about convenience now. It's crazy, man. We're pumping money into companies so that they can destroy us, not only physically but spiritually, man. Spiritually and emotionally. And then and then we wonder why we're wondering why we're so out of touch with reality. We wonder why we're so disconnected from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How can we be connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala whenever we're paying for our own destruction, you know? And we're not forming any kind of meaningful bonds with people in our real world because we're living in this sliver of non-reality online. We're getting to know the best foot forward of people, so to speak, right? Because nobody's going to show you their true colors all the way, right? We all have masks that we wear. We all have facades, all of us. And you can say, "Oh, not me. I'm the same with everybody," but that's a lie. If you're being honest with yourself and being honest with me, that's a lie. Nobody is always completely the same. You're going to act differently with your mom than you would with your homeboys at work. You're going to act different with your homeboys at work than you will your Muslim brothers at the masjid, right? You're going to act different with your Muslim brothers at the masjid than you would with your wife or your husband or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So we're all wearing these different masks anyway, but we get it wrapped up into these online fake relationships, right? Friendships and so on. And the intentions are good, right? And you can even grow to have genuine feelings for a friend online, a brother to brother online, or sister to sister online. But when it comes down to it, we're sacrificing the people in our real life a lot of times for the unmeaningful relationships online, and we claim that we're being connected. Oh, I'm connected now. We're connected. Yada yada yada. But in reality, what are we giving up in our day to day life in order to form that online connection? Or maybe we're just obsessed with scrolling, right? It may not even be about that. Like maybe we do have genuine connections online that spill over into our interpersonal relationships in the real world. Maybe we if you're a sister, maybe you have met this other sister that you're really good friends with online, and you guys have gotten even closer, maybe even moved into the same town or same city together. Brothers the same way. Maybe a brother moved into a community across the country because another brother, invited him, and they formed that brotherhood and that bond. But that's generally not the case. Those are the exception to the rule. They're not the rule. The general rule is we spend 5 minutes at a time through texting or through messaging apps and so on with these people, and we grow to love them, but not the real them, because all we're getting is their good side. We're not getting their pain. We're not getting their bad attitudes and their sassy behavior. We're not getting the fact that they're lazy and they don't clean their house, or they don't take care of their kids, or, they miss more work than they actually go to if you're a brother, right? We're not getting that stuff. We're getting their best foot forward, as they say. We're getting the fixed up, made up version. And in reality, in our real world life, in our day to day life, what we're doing is our real relationships, a lot of times, they start to suffer because we're so wrapped up in whatever it is we have going on online. And being online is an addiction. Scrolling through 30-second clips is an addiction. It's an addiction, but it's an addiction that most people don't get fussed at for having. But if you were sitting around putting white stuff up your nose every 30 seconds and then scrolling to the next little pile of white stuff and doing it again and again and again and again, it would be no different. You would just get yelled at for it, right? You can't overdose on this addiction, but it's addiction nonetheless, and it destroys. The definition of an addiction is something that you can't give up, that starts to affect your interpersonal relationships, possibly even affects your income and day-to-day life, your day-to-day relationships. So these are addictions, right? And these addictions are causing us to not form fulfilling bonds with the people in our life, our wives, our husbands, our children, our mom, our dad, our brothers, our sisters. People would rather communicate through text message and communicate through messaging apps and communicate through Facebook and TikTok and Instagram. Oh, I keep up with my family that way. Call each other. Go visit each other. Bring reality back to reality just for a little while. I'm not saying that you just, throw it all away and you just completely, go cold turkey detox on social media and cold turkey detox. But what I'm saying is you have to have balance with it. This is a tool. Social media is a tool. It's a tool. You may do business online. That's your business. That's not your family. Your family should come first. Your relationships come first. Your marriage comes first. Your children, your children come first. Your mother and your father come first. So on and so forth, right? Your job in real life, your real life comes first. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala comes first. And you can use this tool, this social media and these apps as a way to increase your deen. But you should be spending the majority of your time on this stuff to benefit your knowledge. If you're not, you should just classify it as entertainment. Anything that's not benefiting your knowledge is entertainment, right? You're either learning or you're being entertained or you're trying to make, money. And a lot of times the chase of a dollar can distract you from what matters in your life too, especially in the online world. And I do most of my work online. I'm telling you this literally as I'm online. But it doesn't change the reality of it. It does not change the reality of it. You have to be able to com- com- uh, you have to compartmentalize what's important, right? You have to be able to differentiate these different things. Anyway, this is just one of the things that I've been learning with the Sheikh Khalid Herrington so far. And you say, well, how does that even relate to Islam? Brothers and sisters, it relates to Islam more than you can even imagine. I can only give you bits and pieces of this stuff that I've been experiencing, and I've been having these realizations. It's not just about learning these things knowledge wise. Anybody can learn something. Learning something doesn't mean that you're able to put it into practice, to make it applicable in your day-to-day life. For it to really matter, you have to be able to put it into practice, into your day-to-day life. And I'm saying this, it's like 1:30 in the morning right now. I have had a serious long day of learning again. Subhanallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless the Sheikh and reward him for his efforts. Ameen. And keep him and his family in health and rizq and all the good things in this world in the highest paradise the next. Ameen. So inshallah, have another good day tomorrow with it. You know, our time together is very limited, and I try to put out content as we record it, and I'm able to get it processed and edited and uploaded. But brothers and sisters, these are lessons that you really shouldn't be missing. You really shouldn't be missing. So that's all I got for right now. Thanks for watching the Tālibs Notebook Echoes of Knowledge. Until next time, stay strong as the Sunnah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.